This modest house will delight you with its charm. Its natural features, open floor plan, and front porch are just part of its inviting nature. Let's go inside to learn more about this cozy home. Tom, Jenna, thank you for inviting us to your home.
Our pleasure.
What about this house appealed to you?
I think that we had a couple of things on our list that were kind of must-haves, and you can't change the location of a house, and so that was fundamentally, I think, one of the most important was that we had to like the neighborhood. What else was there?
We also wanted a porch, and we really loved the porch on this house, and then we really loved the floors. And they're the original Douglas fir floors, and they're so warm and red, like a really nice red tone. And then we really loved the fireplace, and most of the other things we realized we could change, and we could really make something that we loved. And so those are the things that really drew us in originally.
Are there parts of the house that you don't find very exciting or are not one of your favorites?
We've griped about the lack of storage space before.
Oh yeah.
You know, there aren't closets besides the bedroom closets.
So Jenna, tell us a little bit more about this room.
So this is our primary bedroom, and I really love it. I think it's very small by a lot of standards, but it's enough space. And one of my favorite things is the windows. So a lot of the house has the original windows still, and they have this awesome hardware that's like, you know, the brass, and I had never seen windows like this. It took me a while to figure out how they open. They swing out. But they're so interesting. They let in an incredible amount of light. And I will never put in modern windows.
Right. Well, it's interesting too because I've seen older houses with windows like this, but they're painted shut.
Yeah.
And you can't open them up anymore.
Yeah,
so.
we were really lucky that these are all, you know, I don't want to say they're in great shape, but they all function, which is really nice.
I know with homes like these, they have built-in features. How do you feel about those? Do you utilize those built-in features?
Actually, one of the projects that we're working on right now is we're trying to do a built-in bar in the dining room area. We just added some wainscoting in the dining room. We're trying to bring back the features of a craftsman that were missing from kind of a cheap renovation in the 90s.
This is the dining room, and this was our most recent project.
Okay.
We wanted to do something with this space that worked in the craftsman period of the home and really helped define it and make it unique. And so we added the paneling.
Oh, wow, I see.
The architectural detail in this space is actually brand new, but we wanted it to look like it belonged in the home.
Right, yeah.
It was a little rough when we first bought it. It had been a rental for years, and it had a lot of quirks, but underneath everything we saw that there was so much good character, and so we've changed a lot and we've done a lot. It's been a really fun time trying to turn it into a place that we love and that really reflects who we are, but also still speaks to the character of the house and kind of makes sense in the space. We renovated the kitchen last winter, and that was a really big project. When we bought the house, there was an IKEA kitchen in that we assume had gone in maybe in like the early 90s. And so we wanted to kind of bring it back to something that made more sense in a craftsman house from this era.
I love how open this area is currently. Was this also another project that you did?
Yes, this was. So we took down the wall that was above here, and there had been a doorway and a pass-through, and so we created this more open space because it worked better for how we use the home. We really wanted it to feel open all the way through and inviting. We thought a long time about how we use the kitchen and how we wanted to make it work, while also keeping a really classic look. And so we looked at a lot of shaker kitchen designs and kind of those clean lines with the little details. Tom does most of the cooking, and so he really got a big say in how the kitchen worked for him.
Could you show us a little bit more what's behind that door?
I would love to. It's been a lot of fun to work on the house.
What are some of the favorite parts of your home?
I would have to say our front porch on a sunny afternoon. It just grabs all the sunshine, and it is a wonderful place to sit and look out on our neighborhood. It's a nice quiet block and a lot of people walk, so it's fun to sit out there and get to meet the dogs and their walkers and all of the humans and strollers that pass by.
I just really love this kind of openness of this part of the house.
And plus the fireplace makes it cozy even though there's an open area.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of that balance of like small spaces that feel cozy, but also they feel open and not constricting. In the winter, we usually turn the couch so it faces the fireplace, and also to make room for our Christmas tree, which we put in this corner. And it's nice because we're just around the fireplace a lot more, and that orientation is just a little bit cozier and warmer.
Do you two think that this house has a personality?
I just think that it really matches and kind of mimics our personalities in a lot of ways. And I think that that's the best thing about a home, when you step into someone's home and you're like, oh my gosh, I see so much of you in this space. I think that there's something magical about it, because it's like you want your home to be a space for you to be comfortable in and a space that makes sense for you. And so I think that it's kind of the best of both worlds, of that, like, there's a lot of us in this home, but there's also a lot of this home in us.
How did you make this house your home?
I feel like it's been a process. You know, yes, we've done a ton of projects, and I think that's a big part of it, but I would say overall, just the living that has happened in this space has really made it feel like our home, and the memories and the Christmases and the parties and kind of all the living that has happened here. You always hear people talk about like a starter home and then your forever home, and this idea that you have so many homes during your life. And this is the first house that we ever bought, and I can't imagine wanting anything different.
Jenna, Tom, thank you so much for inviting us into your home and telling your story about what it's like to live here.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.